Hi everyone, welcome to today's Immigration Hour. Like every other week, we have amazing Saurabh Smar from Global Vision Migration to give us a few insights about immigration updates, state nominations, student visas, COVID visas, and everything that you wish to ask for with regards to immigration. Right, so without any further ado, let's quickly welcome Saurabh. Hi, Saurabh.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Ashu. And then we do apologize to our viewers that we were actually delayed by 20 minutes. We had some technical hiccups. That's why. And so we will try our best to answer all your questions. Feel free to start posting your questions, say hello, hi, etc. And then we want to keep this as interactive as possible. Any questions, if you do have any doubts or anything anyone wants to discuss about how the new migration budget would look like in the next financial year. Are they going to get permanent residency quicker, any sooner, or whether they should move to a particular state? We're going to discuss all these options today as well. And also, what I will do is I will also talk about what I've seen is a lot of people do not know that employer sponsorship is also an option for permanent residency, and the government has actually increased the number of places available for direct PR through employer sponsors. And I have received calls of a lot of employers in the last few days who are actually willing to apply for. They want to keep their employees in here, and then we're going to help them. We're going to put them. Um, so there are different kind of employers. They are agriculture sector, horticulture, restaurant owners, etc. So they are looking for staff. There are so many opportunities are available, and employers are looking forward to sponsor their employees permanently so that they don't actually have to look for more people down the track. So we'll talk about those employer sponsored options as well, that these are also some options available which you can actually be able to um, get permanent residency if that's what your goal is. And we will try our best to answer all the questions as well. And as we have seen, and we'll discuss about all the state nominations too, such as Victoria state nomination that they are going to close soon. New South Wales recent invitation round, and then they're going to do more rounds, etc. So we'll talk about those gradually.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the clarity or what else we are going to discuss today, Saurabh. So, guys, as you all know me already, I'm Ashu. I'll be your host for the evening. Please feel free to comment down whatever questions you have with regards to immigration, with regards to anything about moving to Australia in general. And Saurabh will be more than happy to answer any of those questions for you. So, like every week, let's bring on some positive motivation to all the Australia for all followers. Saurabh, let's please let us know what all happened over the past 1 week. Are there any new PR approvals or any nominations? 491s, 490s, 190s, 189s.
Mhm. Yeah,
Let us.
so yeah, that's a, I think we have started a very good segment in this web, immigration hour, that I always share positive news, whatever the nomination approvals or visa grants we have received so far. So this Monday itself, we received a 186 approval for a developer programmer. And on Tuesday, we actually received a state nomination approval for that was for a software engineer from Victoria, a registered nurse, and a chef. So we received these three approvals yesterday, and then this morning we actually received a partner visa granted for one of our clients as well. And then we also got this it's a 482 visa. So we got a 482 nomination approved for a chef, and that took less than 4 weeks time. Somehow department is actually cherry picking applications, as we can see, that they are picking some and they are not picking all of them, according to the date they were submitted. And then what else? Yeah, we had some um, you know we have some, what's I called, a A skill assessments approval from Engineering Australia for electronics and telecom engineer, some ACS approvals as well. So yes, this week has been really well, and we are actually waiting to get invitations from New South Wales. New South Wales has actually started inviting people. However, they're inviting people slowly, slowly, so people would start getting invitations very soon as well. So I would tell all people, if you haven't received anything yet, do not lose hope. There's a plenty of seats available to New South Wales, and if you haven't received it by now, you should be able to receive it before they end the program. So be hopeful, and then your invitation is not too far.
That's amazing, Saurabh. Thank you for sharing such positivity. And before we get into any of the comments, I'd like to really ask you about something that's been a rumor that's been spreading around too quickly, and then everybody is kind of like hung on with it, whether is it true, what is happening, and all of that, because it's been posted in many of the websites, and then people were really confused and worried about the update. So I'm just quickly going to ask you that. So is it true that student visa holders cannot change their course after 6 months, like after the first semester, as per any new update? Is it true?
So what happened is, there's a lot of rumor about that as well, that about the new condition that the student visas holders would have. I just want to let everyone know that condition has always been there previously on students from Iran, from other countries as well. They usually get that condition, and this condition is about changing their thesis background. So it's not about changing the course and stuff. So that's completely different condition. So you can still change your course as well. That's not something you people should be scared of. So do not believe in, read through the conditions properly. It doesn't say that that you cannot change the course or etc and without minister's approval. However, it does say that you cannot change the topic of your research or to a different technology, etc. So it all comes down to, you have to read that properly to understand that as well. And it won't have impact on most of our students. I would say 99% of the students wouldn't have any impact. They can obviously change courses. Whoever about to finish the first semester, certainly they can change their course to some of the cheaper master's courses, or some courses that have actually permanent residency options available to them as well.
So let's just say, for example, that some ex student is studying in UNIMEL or some other university, and then they just want to come down and choose a master's course that's much more cheaper compared to that of this university, or say they want to shift to a diploma instead. They can still do
Mhm.
it. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
absolutely, absolutely. They can do it because for the first 6 months, they would need to get a release from their university, from the principal course. But after they finish the 6 months of studies, they don't need to get a release. They can certainly have the course change without getting a release as well. So that's totally fine. It will still continue to go the way it is. Do not believe in any scare campaigns. If someone tells you you got to change your course now before it's too late, don't worry about it. You still have time. Don't stress. So that's just a rumors, fake news.
Also, most of the followers in our page, Australia Aladu, have been asking, or let's just put it this way, have been inquiring about the 408 COVID visa. Is it true that it's gonna be stopped because now that all the visas are processing likely, on a much faster note compared to that of before, and then since everything is back to normal, is COVID visa gonna stop soon? If suppose somebody
Um,
needs their visa in
mhm.
May or August for that matter, and the next option all of them had in mind was COVID visa, and then
Mhm.
now they're scared that whether COVID visa is going to stop soon.
No,
What's your
not at all. COVID visa will not stop at all. Even in fact, the department has actually made it easier for a lot of people to get it. So, say for example, previously people were applying based on the fact that due to COVID they cannot leave the country. However,
correct?
department has changed those requirements. That what they are saying is, if you were in Australia before 2000, before 21st of Feb 2022, and if you're working in Australia or intending to work, you can apply for COVID visa. If you doesn't matter which sector you are working in, doesn't
Right.
really matter. You could be an Uber driver and you can still get a COVID visa. You could be working in a petrol station or 7-Eleven, you can still get a COVID visa. If you're working in a chef or in a hospitality, if you work in a critical sectors, you can get up to 12 months. But
Right.
however, if you are working in a non-critical sector, that means any sector, any IT job, etc., then you can certainly get up to 6 months.
So
And then, mhm.
could you just elaborate on the critical sector for our followers here?
So for critical sectors, what they are currently they have listed out is hospitality, agriculture, health sector, the when I say hospitality, it's not just restaurants or cafes, etc. So in hospitality, there are hotels as well, there are motels as well. So those also fall under the same category. That means that if people are currently working in as a housekeeping jobs in hotel or in motels, they can certainly apply for COVID visa as well. Someone working
Right.
in a childcare center as an educator or even as a childcare worker, they can also get a 1 year COVID visa as well.
Right.
So as I said, there is a plenty of and then the best thing about the new update about 408 visa, so that even people who are currently in Australia on a visitor visa, okay,
Mm-hmm.
they can get a 1 year 408 visa to work full time, but
Wow.
they need to get a job offer from a Commonwealth funded aged care center. If they can
Right.
get a even though, because visitor visa holders do not have work rights on their visa application.
Yeah.
But if they manage to get a job offer from a Commonwealth funded aged care, they can certainly be able to get a COVID visa. No, sorry, the 408 visa. Let's not call it COVID visa anymore because COVID is almost over anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's great
So
news. Thank you so much.
so exactly. So it's a very good opportunity for a lot of people. And people
Exactly.
think that, oh, after applying for this visa, will I be able to apply for a different visa or anything? Um, we haven't seen any no further stay condition on this COVID visa on 408 visas at all. We have received so many hundreds, and then none of them have any no further stay conditions. So,
Right.
and yes, we have clients who have gone from one COVID visa to another, and then no issues at all. They have the second one granted as well. So, as you can see, there are examples in front of us.
That's that's quite pleasant to hear that you could get two COVID visas granted. I don't think anybody knew about it until now, right this moment.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So without any more delay, let me just jump quickly into the comments. We have so many of our followers waiting for you to answer most of the questions. So I'm just gonna read through the first comment. Okay, from Pranay. Pranay is asking if we can expect any changes in May with NSW.
So when it comes to any changes in May, um, I don't think they're going to do some changes, etc. Doesn't look like it. But what we have seen is they are very slow in inviting people. Apparently, even engineers and software engineers who are meeting the criteria and sitting at 90-95 points, those people are also currently being waiting. So what we do expect from New South Wales is that they would start inviting people sooner rather than later. So we just have to wait and watch and then see how we go. But I'm not expecting any changes in the coming month right now.
That's great. Thank you so much for commenting, Pranay. I hope Saurabh has answered your question. Next, we have Bilal. He's saying Saurabh is one of the best migration agents in Melbourne. I can steadily
Uh-huh.
vouch for that too, Bilal. Same feeling. So, Saurabh,
Thanks, Bilal.
one of the best agents in Melbourne.
Huh. Thanks, Bilal. That's a the best review we could have got. Thanks for that.
Next, we have a question from Rahul. He's asking 485 visa processing time from offshore. He's mentioned that he has lodged his visa in December 16, 485 PR from offshore, and his medicals is also done. And he's asking you what's the processing time looking like.
Currently, the department, we did contact the department to ask them about offshore applications that been lodged. So what they have advised is that it's currently taking 6 to 10 months plus, and they are actually prioritizing applications based on the day it was lodged. So they are not actually, giving people favor or expediting some applications. They are kind of processing it based on the fact that if the application was lodged previously long time ago, then they are actually processing them now. So that's how it's being done. Currently I would say at least it would take 6 to 10 months as a minimum. So if you lodge your application on 16th of December, then certainly you should be able to get a grant between, I would say, by before September this year.
Right. So Rahul, hope Saurabh has answered your question, and thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Surya. He's asking, Hi Saurabh, I did my master's in computer science in Wollongong, regional in NSW. I've been working in IT company from 6 months in Sydney, work from home from regional area. I'm doing my professional year course as well. I applied for 485 in August 2021, and I'm still on my bridging visa. Could you please suggest any PR pathways in my case?
So let's take example of Surya. So he's got his IT qualification and he's already been working with the company from last 6 months. So and he's currently in regional aiming to get 491, I would say. Um, what I would suggest in people, in this scenario is do not just aim for 491 because Surya has finished masters, right?
Yeah,
And he's got 3 years in front of him. That means that he hasn't got his 485 yet. Once he gets it, then he's got 3 years of time. Why don't you aim for direct permanent residency first, such as 189, 190, or even 186, the employer sponsored visa? Because you're already working in that IT company from 6 months. Once you do have enough experience, you certainly be able to apply for direct PR. So for everyone, let's talk about, say for example, if you are already we look into two pathways. If you're working in your field, and so both pathways is that you are working in your field. One is how do you get PR through 491. Second is how do you get PR through employer sponsor. And let's see which one's quicker. So say for example, Surya managed to get an invitation for 491 by the from on 1st of July 2022, and then he applies for his visa, and say by next year, maybe by uh, 1st of April 2023, he managed to get a 491 visa granted. And then he has to live and work in regional for at least 3 years, make at least 53,900 taxable income. Okay. And then be eligible to apply for 191. So it doesn't matter what job he does. He can do one job, two job, three jobs. He can work on multiple jobs as well, and doesn't have to work in his own field. He can even start a business as long as he's living and working in regional. Make at least 53,900 for 3 years out of five. Then he will be eligible to apply for 191, which is PR. However, from 1st of April 2024 23, that's when he got his 491 visa. Then he got 3 more years. So say for example, and then he has to show 53,900 in a taxable year. Taxable year ends on 30th of June. So that means that by maybe 2026, 30th of June, after that he pretty much will be eligible to apply maybe in July 2026 to apply for 191, which is permanent residency pathway. But if the same Surya right now, if he has an employer says that, you know what, I'll sponsor you for your permanent residency, or and Surya already had experience back in his home country, or say if he doesn't even have experience, he's already got 6 months. That means he only need another 2.5 years. So it's April, and in then 2 years is April 2024, and then by October 2024, he's actually eligible to apply for PR 186 through the same employer. He doesn't have to relocate to regional. He's living in metropolitan area as well, and then he can certainly as you can see, for with the 491 to 191 option, it will take him by 2026 or 27, then he will be able to apply for 191. However, with this 482 to 186, he's actually eligible 2 years before that. So as you can see, that's the difference of going through this pathway as well. And then people certainly can be able to see whether they whether which pathway works better for them.
So, Surya, hope Saurabh has answered your question and has given you a little clarity on how to proceed further. If you have any questions with regards to your own personal journey, you know that we cannot be answering that on a live platform. Please try to connect with Saurabh on through their Facebook page or through one of the numbers that are listed above, and he'll be able to help you out. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Tarun. He's asking, I have lodged TR visa in December 2021 from offshore, and I have submitted medicals on 18th of December. And what's my processing time?
Yeah. So Tarun, as we discussed recently, currently the 485 offshore processing is taking a bit longer than usual, and the department is currently saying that it's taking up to 6 months to 10 months of time frame. So as you can see, the time frame has actually boosted up a little bit. However, if you have done your medicals, make sure you do check whether all your police clearances and everything is actually up to date, and all your completion letters and everything have been provided in a timely manner. Then your your application will be finalized quicker. And then, however, currently it's taking at least 6 to 10 months to get an outcome, and the department is taking way longer than usual, probably due to the limited resources that they have at this point of time.
So, Tarun, hope he has answered your question, and thank you so much for commenting today. All the very best. I hope that you get your TR as soon as possible. And next up, we have Sindhuja. She's asking, hi, I have my student visa until July 2022, and my COA end date is 8th of May 2022. I am offshore currently. Can I travel on 10th of May after the COA ended to Melbourne? Thanks.
Sindhuja, in a perfect world, there is no issues with that situation. But however, if you consider, if you look into as a common man purpose, on common man perspective. So, say for example, um, you are coming to Australia on a student visa to study a course which has already ended 2 days ago. So the department, the immigration or border force officers at the at the airport can ask you, like, so your course already finished. What are you coming here to study? You can certainly tell them as well that you will be applying for a postgraduate work visa, and then they would also let you in as well. But in situation, we normally recommend students, if they can get another COE. It doesn't have to be they can certainly get enrolled on a different course, or try to come before your current COE expires, because the department certainly can see at the airport when does your current visa expires, and what course are you studying, whether the course is actually whether your COE has been cancelled, or whether you have an active COE. So as there you go. So there are different options and different time frames, that which are actually available to you in these circumstances.
So, Sindhuja, hope Saurabh has given you a clarity on this. Thank you so much for commenting today. So Saurabh, let's just quickly jump into. Would you like to touch base on any of the state nomination updates? Are there any new updates from what we've discussed last week?
Yes, so there has been very recent updates about Western Australia as well. So they have started nominating people as well, and starting inviting people who are living in different states. As you all know, if you are want to apply for Western Australia state nomination, you don't actually have to be living in Western Australia. Under WASMOL Schedule 2 list, you can certainly apply if your occupation is in that list as well, provided once you get the invitation, you will be provided with 28 days to get a job offer. And and Western Australia can give you a bit more time as well. If you are struggling to get a job offer, they can certainly give you extra time to actually get a job offer. Once you do have a job offer, they will approve your nomination. They do the checks and everything, and then you can certainly be able to apply for either 190 or 491 as well. So they have a lot of variety of occupations available in their occupation list as well. So I would recommend clients, people to go have a look as well. read through the fine print, and then see if your occupation is actually in that occupation list. And then if you have enough points, you can certainly be eligible to apply as well. However, in some states, say for example, Victoria, Victoria is going to close in 16 days, guys. So this is a very high time. If you haven't received an invitation and you haven't received any refusal from them yet, you still have option, you still have time. I would say, there are some opportunities available to you. We can certainly look into those options of either relodging those nomination and ROI with an updated information. So there you go. There are some states which are going to close very soon as well. Some states are almost about to end their quota for the financial year, for this financial year. And let's hope that they do reopen from 1st of July. And as you all know, in this month of April, there's going to be a 189 and 491 family sponsored invitation round as well. So we will come back with more updates with you next week as well, provided. And if you do have any doubts or any questions or anything, feel free to send us to our Facebook pages as well. Or you can even send us a text message or WhatsApp message on the number above, and we will try our best to answer this. And also, before we go, I just want to quickly let all our Australia Ludu viewers know that we do, all our Australia Ludu followers, we offer a special, um, discount for them for our consultation. So this is the code that people can use as well. Um, so and then you can certainly be able to get um, you know the the consult, and then yeah, so you can certainly, I'm actually available in Canberra next week. So if you are, our Australia Ludo followers are in Canberra, feel free to come down to our office, have a chat with me, and then yeah, so that's it from my end. And yes, Ashu.
So thank you so much for a lovely session as usual, Saurabh. Thank you so much for the clarity of thought that you bring to all of us. And we really are so lucky, I should say, that we are able to get all the information appropriately over this platform, this great platform of Australia Little. So followers, do not forget that we all do get a 25% discount coupon code that you can use called AUSALLUDU. It's called OSALUDU. It's for all of us who want to get a consultation with Saurabh personally, so that we can discuss your case with regards to PR or any other visa in general. Please feel free to use the code and also contact them through the following numbers. And also, you can visit their office as well. So apart from that, we can also follow them on the TikTok channel, that is GV Migration, and Instagram handle is Global Vision Migration. So you could certainly go to the website. It's gvm.com.au and book for a consultation there. Thank you so much. See you all next week. Have a lovely week and long weekend. Enjoy your long weekend, guys.
Enjoy your Easter break, everyone. Have fun.
Thank you so much for today. Bye. See you next time.